beneath the cool waters of the Southern Ocean, where sunlight bends and kelp forests sway like living walls. A rare creature drifts in near silence. It does not hunt with speed, nor defend itself with force. Instead, it survives by becoming part of the sea itself. This is the sea dragon. At first glance, it looks less like an animal and more like drifting vegetation. Leaf-shaped appendages ripple with the current, breaking its outline and confusing the eyes of predators. In motion, it vanishes. In stillness, it disappears completely. The sea dragon belongs to an ancient family of fish, closely related to seahorses and pipefish, creatures shaped by evolution to favor patience over power. Its body is protected by hard bony plates, its fins small and delicate, designed not for speed but for balance. For millions of years, this fragile form has endured, not by fighting the ocean, but by surrendering to it. In a world of relentless predators, the sea dragon survives by mastering the art of invisibility. The journey of the sea dragon is not measured in miles, but in currents. Unlike many ocean wanderers that cross open seas or follow ancient migratory routes, the sea dragon's life unfolds within a narrow ribbon of coastline. It is bound to temperate waters where kelp forests rise like underwater cathedrals, and where balance, not speed, defines survival. Carried gently by shifting tides, the sea dragon drifts from reef to reef, surrendering itself to the quiet guidance of the ocean. It does not chart a course or resist the pull of water. Instead, it allows the sea to decide its direction. With leaf-like appendages mimicking drifting kelp, it becomes part of the landscape, neither predator nor prey in motion, but a living extension of its environment. Storms come and go, reshaping the seafloor and tearing at the kelp above. Seasons change, altering the temperature and strength of currents. Through it all, the sea dragon adapts without struggle. It does not fight the water. It flows with it, conserving energy, relying on camouflage and patience rather than force or speed. This limited range is both its strength and its greatest vulnerability. The sea dragon's world is small, intimate, and fragile. When kelp forests are damaged by pollution, warming waters, or human activity, there is no distant refuge to escape to. There are no alternative routes, no new shores waiting beyond the horizon. The sea dragon remains faithful to the only home it has ever known, trusting the rhythms that have sustained it for generations. Even reproduction reflects this quiet endurance. Males carry and protect the eggs, anchoring the future of the species to the same waters that shape their own lives. Each new sea dragon begins its existence already bound to the currents, inheriting both the beauty and the risk of such a delicate existence. Its journey is slow, silent, and deliberate, a life shaped not by distance, but by persistence. In a world obsessed with movement and expansion, the sea dragon reminds us that survival does not always belong to those who travel far. Sometimes it belongs to those who remain, who endure, and who trust the flow of the world around them. The sea dragon, survival is not only about enduring the present moment, but about safeguarding a fragile lineage that stretches back millions of years. Each individual is a living thread in an ancient story, carrying the weight of countless generations that survived shifting oceans, changing climates, and the slow transformation of the seas. To exist at all is to honor that inheritance. When the time to reproduce arrives, the sea dragon reveals one of nature's most extraordinary role reversals. It is the male, not the female, who becomes the sole guardian of the next generation. With deliberate care, the female deposits hundreds of bright, pearl-like eggs onto a specialized brood patch beneath the male's tail. There is no nest, no shelter. The eggs remain fully exposed to the open water, vulnerable to currents, predators, and chance. For weeks, the male carries this burden without rest. Each egg must be protected, oxygenated, and kept free from harm. Through subtle, almost imperceptible movements, he regulates the flow of water across the eggs, ensuring they receive enough oxygen to develop. He cannot hide. He cannot flee easily. His own survival becomes secondary to the fragile lives attached to him. During this time, every current is a risk, every shadow a potential threat. Yet the male endures, drifting through kelp forests and reef edges, with the future of his species literally carried on his body. It is a quiet act of devotion, one that unfolds without witnesses. In the vastness of the sea, when the eggs finally hatch, the moment is brief and unspectacular. There is no ceremony, no parental guidance, no protection beyond the instant of release. The young sea dragons emerge as perfect miniature versions of their parents, already shaped by instinct rather than experience. From their very first breath, they are alone. There is no teaching, no sheltering embrace, no second chances. The ocean offers no mercy. Many will be lost to predators, currents, or the simple challenge of finding food in an unforgiving world. Survival belongs only to the few whose instincts align perfectly with their environment. Yet those few are enough. They carry forward the ancient design, ensuring that the silent dragon continues its timeless cycle beneath the waves. Generation after generation, through patience rather than power, the sea dragon persists, fragile, rare, and enduring, quietly defying extinction in a world that is constantly changing. In the underwater forest, where danger hides behind every shadow, instinct guides every movement of the sea dragon. Among towering kelp fronds and drifting leaves of algae, it moves not as a hunter in pursuit, but as a presence absorbed into the landscape. It does not rely on speed or aggression. It relies on restraint, on stillness refined into an art. Suspended in the slow rhythm of the current, the sea dragon becomes nearly invisible. Its leaf-like appendages sway gently, perfectly mimicking the motion of surrounding kelp. To an untrained eye, it is nothing more than another piece of drifting vegetation. This disguise is not decoration, it is survival itself. Its eyes move independently, each scanning a different slice of the water column. Tiny crustaceans drift past, carried by the same currents that hold the sea dragon aloft. It waits, unhurried and precise, conserving energy in a world where every movement has a cost. Time stretches. The ocean moves around it, unaware. When the moment finally arrives, the strike is instantaneous. The long snout opens, creating a powerful vacuum that draws the prey inward in less than a heartbeat. There is no chase, no struggle. The action is complete before it can be detected, leaving only still water behind. Efficiency, not force, defines the hunt. This method of feeding demands patience and flawless timing. Energy is never wasted on pursuit or correction. Each motion is minimal, each decision shaped by countless generations that learned survival the hard way. The sea dragon's body is designed for this exact rhythm, slow, deliberate, and perfectly tuned to its environment. The same instinct that guides its feeding also shields it from predators. Rather than fleeing or fighting, the sea dragon avoids conflict entirely. By remaining unseen, it denies predators the opportunity to strike. Camouflage becomes its first and strongest line of defense, allowing it to exist safely in a world filled with threats. In an ocean often ruled by speed, size, and strength, the sea dragon survives through mastery of stillness. It proves that power does not always announce itself. Sometimes the most effective instinct is patience, and sometimes the greatest advantage is the ability to disappear completely. For millions of years, the sea dragon survived changes that reshaped oceans and erased countless species. But the challenges it faces today are unlike anything in its past. The balance it depends on is breaking. Rising ocean temperatures weaken kelp forests, stripping away the camouflage that keeps the sea dragon hidden. Pollution clouds the water, disrupting the delicate ecosystems that supply its food. Coastal development and human activity fragment habitats that once stretched unbroken. Along the seafloor, the sea dragon cannot flee these changes. Its slow movement and limited range leave it with no escape. What disappears around it cannot be replaced. Each lost reef, each thinning forest, narrows the future of this fragile species. Survival now depends not only on instinct, but on the protection of the ocean itself. The sea dragon's vulnerability is a warning. When the quietest creatures begin to vanish, the damage has already begun. The sea dragon is more than a fragile marvel. It is a living indicator of ocean health. Where it thrives, kelp forests flourish, water remains clean, and countless other species coexist in balance. Its presence signals stability in a world of hidden currents and unseen change. Lose the sea dragon, and the warning is clear. Ecosystems are faltering. Tiny shifts ripple outward, affecting plankton, fish, and predators alike. A single disappearing species can unravel the complex web of life beneath the waves. By protecting sea dragons, we protect the very pulse of the ocean. Their camouflage, patience, and delicate movements are not just adaptations. They are proof that survival depends on harmony, not domination. In their stillness, there is power. In their silence, there is knowledge. The sea dragon reminds us that the smallest guardians often safeguard the greatest treasures. For millions of years, the sea dragon has drifted through oceans that were once wild and untamed, surviving ice ages, mass extinctions, and the rise and fall of countless species. It has witnessed a world in constant flux and yet remained unchanged, a living relic of ancient seas. But now, its fate rests not on evolution, but on our choices. Human activity, climate change, and habitat loss threaten to erase a lineage older than many civilizations. The silent dragon, once invisible, now faces a future full of noise and disruption. Still, it drifts, silent, patient, ancient, waiting for the tides to turn. Its survival is a reminder that protection begins with awareness, that conservation is not a luxury, but a responsibility. The sea dragon does not roar, yet its story echoes through the ocean. Protect it, respect it, learn from it, and subscribe to discover more untold wildlife stories, so that the dragons of the deep may continue to thrive. Unseen, in the world they have always known. This story moved you? Take a moment to subscribe for more cinematic wildlife documentaries like this one. Every subscribe helps us continue, telling the hidden stories of our planet, stories that unfold in silence, patience, and wonder. We journey beneath the surface to uncover lives that are rarely seen and often misunderstood. From ancient survivors shaped by millions of years, to fragile creatures fighting quietly to endure. Each film is crafted to bring you closer to the natural world than ever before. And now, we want to hear from you. If there is an animal you're curious about, rare, ancient, endangered, or overlooked, tell us in the comments below. Your curiosity helps shape what we explore next. It guides the stories we research, the worlds we enter, and the lives we bring into focus. Together, we can keep these stories alive. Subscribe, share your thoughts, and join us as we continue exploring the untold wonders beneath the surface of our planet.